We got 1 week left until Scream 6 comes out, so I think it's an appropriate time for me to do a ranking of the series. I'm a big fan of the Scream series. I'm kind of sad that Neve Campbell's not returning as Sidney Prescott, or maybe she comes in a cameo. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see until the movie comes out. But yeah, I'm going to be ranking the films from worst to best. And again, these are just my opinions, and here is the ranking from 5 to 1. Alright, so at number 5, it is unfortunately Scream 3. I really don't like Scream 3. There are some moments in this film that I really like, but I feel like the Ghostface killer in this movie is probably the worst one out of the whole series. I think that the fact that they continued production and filmed around Neve Campbell's schedule rather than waiting until she's done her other prior commitments and then film the movie so that she's in it more, I think that's the reason why I don't like Scream 3 at all, because she's barely in it. If you made a series and you're supposed to conclude a person's story and they happen to be the main character in the film, why are they only in it for like half of the movie? Never understand that. But yeah, that's my rant for Scream 3. I don't like it that much. I know some people do, but I think it's the worst in the series. At number 4 is Scream 4. I really do like this movie in comparison to a lot of other people. I feel like a lot of Scream fans have mixed emotions about this movie. But I think the one reason why I don't rate it higher than the other sequels that are above this is because it feels a little bit too glossy. I know that Scream 3 happens in Hollywood and is more bigger budget, and it feels like not really a Scream movie at certain points. But Scream 4, the cinematography feels a little too bright and glossy at times, but I still feel it's fun. I think that the killer reveals are pretty interesting, and I feel like seeing Sidney facing off against that certain killer was an interesting dynamic too. Scream or Scream 5 is the third movie on this list. I thought that it was a really good reboot. I thought they did a really good job of continuing the series and intertwining the old characters with the new ones. I really liked the twist with the main character, but I felt like the killer reveals were kind of a little bit wonky. I felt like one of them was really predictable and the other one was a little bit too over the top, but they were still interesting characters and their motives or whatever. But yeah, the violence in this movie is a lot more worse than the other films in comparison to the original. I think that this one's the second most violent in the series, and it's a decent movie. Scream 2 is the second movie on this list. I really like the sequel. I actually did not predict who was going to be the killers by the end of the film. And apparently there was a script for the movie before the movie had released that had different killers. So I guess they changed it in the last minute. But I really enjoy it, and I think it's a very, very solid sequel. But it's not better than Scream, the best movie in the series, a masterpiece, one of the best slash flicks of all time, and revolutionized the horror genre.